This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons, like Eric Herring, Casey Schaefer, Alex Baus, and OmejiCat Comment. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you. This is Speakers of Heidelin. Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 35. I'm Lukile Bravestone, and I'm joined, as usual, by Orange Caramel and Maela Vanadar. Yay! And if we sound a little bit different today, it's because this is the first time we're using an audio mixer, so we're gonna fuck it up.
Yes.
Let us know if there's any audio issues. But surely there won't be any. Today we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff has happened, a lot of stuff has gone down. One of them being patch 3.5a, 5.5a being released, including the new Relic nerf, not the new Relic nerf, the Relic nerf, the new Relic step, and the new Feast map, and Proto Ultima. We're going to talk about that. We got some new emotes in the Mog Station. We got Zhloe in this, 2 days ago, on Thursday. Little Ladies Day is, what? Was it Thursday? It was Thursday, right?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Little Ladies Day is underway. We're going to talk a little bit about the diadem, because there were a few leaks, some data mining. And PAX East is next week. I don't know why I can't speak. And we're going to talk about the unfortunate player that almost got banned, but is now set free. We're going to focus more.
He got banned, but
he got banned, but he was afraid of getting perma-banned and lose his house. And so we're going to talk about the horrendous Mog Station system again. And in the great, get a load of this. In the great discussion today.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm gonna read it now. Is erotic role-playing becoming too prevalent in Final Fantasy XIV?
Suggested by Maela Vanadar.
Nope.
Suggested by Orange Caramel.
Yeah, sure.
An aficionado.
So that's the thing that we're gonna do. And you can already now vote.
And no one can hear you, by the way.
Is that just the meme that's going around that people can't
Please
hear us?
be the meme.
Please be the meme.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can hear us? Orange is checking that we can be heard.
Yeah, you're much lower than us. You have to. It's not ours. It's your problem. I think you have to.
It's my problem. It's my problem.
You have to raise your volume up.
I almost choked on my soup. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the great discussion today is erotic role-playing becoming too prevalent in Final Fantasy XIV? I'm sorry about my audio. I'm going to fix that right now. Is this better? Please let me know.
Oh my god.
Do we have to? Yeah, you guys are going. I'm going to turn myself down for you guys. There you go. Guys, there's a lot of stuff. I need to learn this.
That is now a bit more loud.
Do you want me to? Okay. See, I have two audio sources. I have my audio source going to Orange and Maela, and then I have the audio source that goes out to you guys. So
that's okay. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Let's see. Where were we? We might have to adjust this for throughout the whole stream. I might also maybe if I sit closer. Okay. Back to the podcast. Let's talk about the patch, guys. Patch. We're not going to talk about Proto Ultima yet. We're going to talk about the patch in general first.
But there was nothing in the patch.
It was the best patch ever, please.
If we can't talk about Proto Ultima yet, then what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about the new Relic.
Oh yes.
I haven't got mine yet.
The audio is all over the place. Okay. See, this is the problem with this setup here. It's gonna get better, guys. It's gonna get better eventually.
It can't get worse.
It can't get worse, so it's just gonna get better. Okay, so the patch included the nerf to the which part of the relic quest was it?
Umbrite.
Oh yeah, the
As far as
Umbrite.
if I remember, Umbrite. That's what Orange is on currently, guys. Everyone, Orange is only on Umbrite still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to spend
Orange
more.
caramel.
Yeah.
Still on
At
Umbrite.
least I won't spend as much time as you did. Huh?
Right. So they went
I
from
didn't mind Umbrite.
they went from 300 to
150.
150 per Umbrite.
Half it.
50% decrease.
But the other thing didn't get a nerf.
The other thing's easy.
Oh yeah, the
Crystal sand.
The sand thing, I think it's called.
Yeah.
No
nerf to the light, which
it
was
helps,
expected.
but not really.
So that's not a big deal. The big deal is the new relic step, which was pretty easy, and that was expected. That was just like with the 2.55 relic, just to get you up to speed, so you're ready for Stormblood. And then we got the new feast map, which was Black Shroud themed, I believe. We
but
played
also with that weird corrupted crystal.
The weird what?
Corrupted crystal, kind of, the orangey crystal
right.
stuff.
Yeah, like true. That was like, I know we're gonna give this patch a little bit of flack, but I kind of liked that map because it was not just your like the old feast map that we had before was just like an arena where like
it's the same, almost the same map. It doesn't have any mechanic.
No, it doesn't have any mechanics in it. That's true. It's just a play map, but it did at least look a little bit different.
But they can't exactly make it too different for an arena type PvP, can they? Because otherwise, half the time you're going to be getting this strange one that you don't know, and then half the time you get the normal one.
Yeah, exactly. That's
But we need a lot of them, and sometimes you get advantage of certain mechanic, and other times you don't. That's how PvP works in most of the MMOs.
Yeah.
And that difference in each map, I think it's more enjoyable.
I guess.
In my opinion.
Yeah. PvP in the game isn't really much to talk about either, so let's... So that was pretty much what we got. And then we got Proto Ultima. Which,
the new 24-man trial.
Yeah, so we have to talk about this because there is a lot of... This has sort of split the community quite a bit. So I feel like the people that are on the... I'm going to get so much shit right now for saying this, but there... When I say that I was disappointed with Proto Ultima, it is not because I am an elite player. It's not because I wanted it to be harder. It's because Proto Ultima has been floating around in Azys Lla since God knows when it started. Like, I think it might have just been there from Heavensward launch. Like, I can't quite remember when, but it's... Some of the oldest screenshots are from 2015, so that's sort of indicates that it might have been there. Yeah. So if you flew around in Azys Lla, you would sometimes see Proto Ultima just randomly charging up. So everyone sort of assumed that eventually we would get to fight this primal, and finally we get the announcement at FanFest that that's going to happen, and it was a fight during FanFest. And so they told us this is going to be implemented in the game as well, and people were obviously very happy to hear that because we'd finally get to fight Proto Ultima in the game. And it was going to be a 24-man trial, everyone thought. And that's where the problem is for me, because Square Enix did nothing to calm down the speculations about that. Because like there were even like forum threads on the official forum where people were hyping the first ever 24-man trial coming to Final Fantasy XIV, and they just let that roll on. And they kept being shady during the live letter during FanFest. They didn't even talk about it. Like, they showed one line on the slide that it was going to be implemented.
When did they say that it will be harder than in the FanFest version?
They did say that.
Did they say that?
I'm sure they said that on the Frankfurt live letter, on the Sunday one.
Really?
During that live letter, I'm sure they said.
I'm pretty sure they said that.
FanFest, but maybe it'll be a bit harder.
Maybe.
But,
okay. Yeah, I couldn't, because when they showed the slide, they just showed one line, and it was just a picture of Proto Ultima, and then it just said that it was going to come with patch 3.558, and then Yoshi-P says that he's not going to say how you're going to encounter it, which to us, which we're used to the trials, like we look at Odin. That's like the only reference point we have to a FanFest primal being put into the game. So for us, it's like, okay, it's probably going to be a very heavy lore, like some sort of lore thing that's gonna be done in a new way, because it's a 24-man trial. So what they did when they put Odin into the game was that they upped the difficulty from the FanFest difficulty.
Yes.
And made it a challenging fight. So, patch 3.55a launches. We go to the unlock quest, and it tells us to go to Dun Scaith, which I remember we streamed this. So if you watch this live, you could see our entire like trip down the roller coaster.
We were so confused.
Yeah, because we thought that, okay, this is typical Square Enix, like or Final Fantasy XIV, where you do old content, just to unlock a feature. That's fine. I was ready to do that, even though it was a bit weird. And then not even implementing it as a boss, but as a trash boss. There he is, taking over for the lady with the pudding. And he died. He died in less than 3 minutes. A fight that has been hyped, I'm not saying it was hyped, but it was been hinted at since 2015, was killed in under 3 minutes. So that is the core problem here. And the second problem, sorry, Orange, I just have to say this because this bothers me. They even had the arena in Azys Lla for the FanFest. They had it. And yet they went for the Dun Scaith version.
I'm also a bit disappointed that we didn't realize in time, because you checked for Party Finder. You said, is there any Party Finder app for it?
Yeah.
And there wasn't any. And we didn't even think about it. Like, is it a Dun Scaith thing? I'm a bit disappointed about us that we didn't realize in time.
Yeah, it's just why would we realize it though? Because this had never been done before.
The patch had been out for a few hours already, and
oh yeah, that's true.
It was a bit suspicious that nobody is playing it.
Yeah.
So I realized that when I watched the video again, and I was like, I'm a bit dumb. Am I?
No, you're not dumb.
Oh, you too. You are too.
Yeah, I mean, but we were not dumb, because when we checked the Party Finder, I said, "Oh my god, it's this bad, is it?" But still, I didn't think. I thought worst case scenario, it is such an easy trial. There is no need to put it up on the Party Finder. Like that might be why.
Whoa, but still, I don't know.
But then comes the protectors, as I call them, of this, which I'm not saying. I'm not saying that they're wrong, and well, I am kind of, but I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so fine. But you can't honestly sit and say that how they implemented this boss in particular, how they implemented this and how they promoted it was good. Like,
it was supposed to be harder than Ultima.
Well, what I really hated.
Look at the name, Proto Ultima.
Yeah. Maela?
So,
yeah.
And the models itself was very bad.
Well, the model was already in the game. That's the one that's been floating around in Azys Lla.
But they didn't even bother to change it a little bit. They just changed the palette.
Yeah, but that one didn't really bother me as much. But yeah. Maela, you said?
I was just going to say, what I really hated about it was, like, for the whole time, I mean, I only played it today.
Yeah.
But when I watched you do it, I was like, why Dun Scaith? Why is he under Scaith? And then the reason is, he thought the Void Sent were primals.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That doesn't even make sense. That's just the worst excuse to put in there. Because they couldn't be bothered to implement it as
they
a trial.
wanted to add an instant type to everyone for doing
Dun Scaith.
Dun Scaith.
But you already get an incentive. You're already doing this weekly to get you 270
Well,
token.
maybe it's not enough.
That's the problem, and a lot of people say, "Yeah, but it gives us casuals a way to catch up." Yeah, you could have catched up on an easy trial as well. It's not the difficulty again that's bothering me. It's the fact that they shit all over Proto Ultima. They could have put any. I like the concept with like randomly changing bosses.
Yes.
That's a cool concept. That you never really know which boss you're gonna face. But don't put fucking Proto Ultima in there. Make it an actual just you could have put any other boss, man. Like this boss was teased in 2015. 2015 you started teasing this fight.
Did you say boss? Because I thought fucking trash mob.
Yeah, and that's the actual not only did they fucking put it in like they could have at least made him a real boss. I don't know. Is
the succubus coming back?
I don't think
Is she
so.
Gone forever now? Because she wasn't even that bad.
I know.
And she dropped that gold saucer sword. So
yeah, I know. That's
I'm not pissed by this.
I'm not pissed. No,
I'm not pissed, but I'm a bit surprised that they decided to make it like that, because this was going to be complained by a lot of players.
Yeah, I'm more disappointed than anything, really. But
yes, I won't cancel my sub like many of of us did say, but I'm a bit surprised that Square Enix is adding a lot of quality content to the game. Like, look at every trial; they are so very good made.
Yeah.
And then you look at Proto Ultima, and it looks like shit. And please, I'm sorry, but it looks really bad.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It died before. I'm pretty sure he had more mechanics than what we saw.
It had quite interesting mechanics, but because it died so quickly, you couldn't really enjoy any of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the new, what are they called? Proto bits? What are they called? The bit things, the Magitech bits, or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
their new mechanics were, the new telegraphs. They were interesting enough.
Yeah, that's true. But I have to say, and I'm also right now, just as I'm saying that, someone did comment that in the chat. But this sort of doomsday thing, it's not that serious. It's not. This is not massive. Remember, this is one half of a patch. Like, we're getting the diadem next week, and
actually, it's less than a half because we're getting.
But they could have. It's just so frustrating because they had the arena already. Why? They could have just given us that, and that would be done with it. But instead, they decided to turn them into this shit. Sorry, but it's shit. There's no way. I mean, a lot of people will say, "Yeah, but it was I thought it was a fun and entertaining fight." That's very good to hear. It's a good. That's nice. But it could have also been a fun and entertaining trial. Actually, it would have been much better as a trial, but they decided to make it a trash mob, and sadly, it seems to me like the Proto Ultima sort of timeline or storyline is dead now, because that's literally what he ended up doing. That's why he charged up for 2 years, guys, to be a trash mob in Dun Scaith, killed in less than 3 minutes.
You still have to go and kill the last 3 bosses.
Yeah, that's even the worst.
Which is really boring and annoying.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to do Proto Ultima, and then it's like, this is not even the end of the dungeon. You still have to do the 2 hardest bosses in Dun Scaith, and wipe a few times.
It was very bad implemented, that's all.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I wouldn't have cared about the fight if that was in its arena. Mm-hmm. That's all. It's like they decided to add it in a very easy way and very cheap way. That's all.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm reading chat. I'm not giving Yoshi-P a massive blowjob, but I'm just saying that there are a lot of things in this game that should be. People don't care about, like Lord of a Million, these random things, and those things are really bad in my opinion. I mean, people should have complained a little bit at least. Yeah, I don't know why. I do complain about them, but
But I think the main issue and the main issue that most people have with people that complain is that they feel like we're hating on the game. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Yeah,
Everyone
I love
knows how
the
this
game.
feels. Like when
I
someone
just want the game to get better.
yeah, but
That's
I need
all.
to clarify this that when
Yes.
we talk like this about Final Fantasy XIV, it is actually because we care about the game. That is why we're
Exactly.
saying because we don't
If
want to
we
be yeah.
if we accepted everything that got added to the game would be shit because they wouldn't spend like enough time to make quality content. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like the squadrons were not as good as they promised. I complained about them, and I said that it's a very boring thing.
Yeah.
Well,
if people didn't complain, we'd still have 1.0.
That's a very good point. That's a very good
exactly.
point. Which is why it's important to let the devs know when we're not happy. And this was not
they've put this much effort in to remake the whole game, which was a huge deal. 2.0, I'm really sad that I quit partway through 2.0 because it seems like it was the better part of the life cycle of the game.
Yeah.
Heavensward has been good, but it's Stormblood has to be better.
Yeah, I feel like it's stalling right now. So I hope we have to like show them that this is not okay. This is not an okay way to implement.
Exactly. We have to give them feedback. That's what they want to hear from us as well.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy
sometimes they listen to us.
Yeah,
well, most of them, but sometimes they don't, and that's what happened with the, I think.
Yeah.
Diadem.
Yeah. Right. Someone's bringing up the last Valentine's Day event as well as an example of the game stalling a bit. But okay, we have to remember that they are probably just working entirely on Stormblood right now.
That's
which is still not a good excuse for the Proto Ultima thing. But someone did mention that they'd be more happy if Proto Ultima was instead like a random last boss in Dun Scaith, like he would replace Diablos instead. That would have been a way better solution.
Yeah,
having him like as a real boss.
A little bit time like
actually not dying in 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why people are upset. For those of you that don't understand why we're upset, it's because of it's just lazily implemented.
Wait. I'm reading chat again. It was supposed to be added in the game. They said it the moment they.
Okay, Orange, I know. This is it. I'm gonna say this now because I keep seeing people comment this, and don't take this the wrong way. But we did not get the FanFest boss. Where's the arena? Where is it?
Exactly. They promised us that. Yeah. Remember what happened with Odin? We got a really good fight. Odin was very shining, was very fun to play, and now look at Proto Ultima.
Yeah, look at Proto. My memory might be a bit fuzzy. I couldn't remember. Did they? Yeah, they did fight it in Dun Scaith, didn't they, on FanFest? Yeah, okay. Fine.
Oh, yeah. And then what's going to have to do? Diablos Hollow.
Yeah. And then they had to do the entire dungeon. Ultima. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah, that's how it went.
And
so people using that argument, that's
are we
wrong.
supposed to pay for it?
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't agree with
why
you.
All the content, none of the content we are getting is free. We are paying per month,
so we are
paying for all the content in this game. So okay, let's move on from this because I feel like everyone that is sort of defending this is just people either for some reason is content with them implementing stuff like this, or they just don't realize that we missed a trial. And Final Fantasy XIV has really good trials, and this could have been a good trial.
We got 3 trials in 2.55.
Yeah.
Nabriales, Odin, and the fucking Steps of Faith.
Yeah.
So far in 3.5 we've only got 1.
Yeah.
Which was Servant.
Wait, what?
So that's all. That's everything that I complain. And I repeat, I want the game to get better. I'm not complaining like this game is shit, this game is worse than WoW. Well,
yeah.
I want.
But I mean, it's a shame though because it's Ultima.
Yeah, it is.
It's so iconic.
Yeah.
If they added in Neo Bahamut and it was a trash mob in Dun Scaith,
yeah,
they won't be able to get away with that.
Yeah, let's just start with this then. Let's fight Ravana in Voidark. Let's fight fucking Sophia in Mark. Let's just do that then. since it clearly doesn't matter what our trials
Let's
are
fight
like anymore.
Bismarck in the triple trial.
Yeah, let's start doing that. Let's spice it up a bit, eh? So dumb. I'm sorry, but it is.
It is bad.
Okay,
really bad.
I think we have to move on from this.
Yeah.
This is a very, like, again, splitting the community, this thing.
Very touchy.
For some reason, it really shouldn't. This is, yeah, lazy. So from one bad to another, I would almost say. The new emotes were added. I feel like it might have been a bad time to add that to the game.
Exactly.
They added the emotes, which I absolutely love, I have to say. I actually bought
Play
the
Dead
Play Dead one.
What's the other one?
Backflip, I think?
Backflip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to be really angry about these, but seeing as I've played Little Ladies Day and I got that really cool dance, which is way higher quality than those two, I'm not as angry about them.
True.
But again, the point is, why did they not add it into the game instead?
I know, yeah.
What is the reason to decide whether an emote is not added into the game?
Yeah.
Or you have to pay for it? Mm-hmm. What is the point? How do they decide that?
Well, the emotes cost €5 for the European region.
Yeah, that's
per emote, so that's €10
for an emote.
€5 for an emoticon in a game.
In a game that you're already paying a monthly subscription for. I'm still
a little bit... They are not even account wide.
Oh yeah, that's true. Of course, they're not.
Are they not?
I don't think so.
I think everything you buy in the Mog Station is not account wide. Like
a couple of them are, but yeah,
some of them are, I believe. But
really,
Sleipnir is.
Yeah.
And the Moogle.
Very few of them.
Yeah, very few of them are, but most of them are now individual character purchases.
Anyway, I don't think, like you said, that this was a good time to add them, or.
I mean, at the very least, give them a reasonable price. €5 is a lot of money.
They were really greedy.
I mean, it's not a lot of money in that context, but it's like it's a lot of money for just a 2-second emote. It's yeah, I don't know. Just because we are what is it? I don't know what it's called. A subscription-based game. But yeah, it's not, again, a big deal. But again, I see someone in chat that keeps repeating. This is what I was talking about. Defending every single move they do. If you would do that, we would still be playing 1.0, just as I said. I just want to point that out. And it's funny because we talked about the Mog Station in the previous episode.
And I think we all agreed that the Mog Station was not hard in the game.
Yeah.
But for instance, I said that it was too greedy. I think they were going too greedy with, what they were adding. And if you look at other pay-to-play, with a subscription fee and most, they only have like mounts and costumes.
Yeah.
But they are adding the furniture from past events and emotes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not worried. Okay, unlike you, I'm not too worried. Well, you're with me on this. I'm not too worried about them adding past event items. I don't really care about that because if you weren't there during that original event, then you shouldn't actually get them at all. So at least you get the option to get them, but you have to pay for them. I don't care. I don't really care too much about the adding emotes on the Mog Station either, because you don't have to buy them. They are, if you don't want them, then don't buy them. But it was a bit of a bad time to add them, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
I've never complained about this before, but just looking at the Valentine's Day emote, and then you look at these ones that they've just added, makes me feel like a bit...
Let's talk about Little Ladies Day then. Let's do that before we talk about the other. Now we're going to actually get positive again. Little Ladies Day is underway, which surprised me quite a bit, thankfully. It was a really a good event. You get a full outfit and an emote, which seems to have taken Eorzea by storm. Everyone is dancing right now. I
just a moment, chat. I didn't mean that. I said I want the past events furniture to be obtainable, but not in that way. I mean, wouldn't you want to be wouldn't you want them to be craftable instead of buying it in the mock station? That should be really good.
When you did the event, you got a recipe to make it, and then you're still sort of rewarded for being there at the time. But
exactly. That's
they want it.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's what it meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Little Ladies Day event follows the same like the pop stars, the Eorzean pop stars. I can't remember their names, but you know who they are.
Songbirds.
The Songbirds. And they.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. That was a really good event, and it was a nice, good timing because it came the day after the disappointment with Proto Ultima, so it kind of brought me back up. And you get, as I said, you get an outfit. There's 2 different variations gender-wise, like male, female, and an emote. We called it the E-pop emote. And it's really good. That's all I can say, really. It's
very high quality emote.
Yeah.
Very high quality gear. It's dyeable as well.
Mm-hmm.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm not lying if I say that this 7 is the best one that they've ever made.
Yeah, as we all know, Orange Caramel is a big K-pop fan. So that was actually quite funny because Orange's name is Orange Caramel, which is a K-pop name. So when he was dancing in Ulda, of course, people would notice that. Oh my God, that's Orange.
Oh
Caramel.
Yeah, that was my moment to shine.
Orange was so happy. Finally, his name was justified.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was fun. I don't know when the event is ending, by the way. I forgot to note that down, but
we can check it real quick.
It's probably gonna last for a week or 2.
2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, they're usually about a week or 2.
Yeah. So if you haven't done it already,
14. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, not bad.
Yeah. So if you haven't done it already, do run down to Ulda and pick up the quest. I believe it's at the just as you exit the Aetheryte Plaza. It's right in front of you at that point.
Is it repeatable? Because there is that choice.
Is it really repeatable?
No, is it or not? That's
I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's just once.
Unless you've got to make a decision. Orange Caramel.
Yeah.
Who did you go for?
The Aura.
Yeah, me too.
I went for the Aura too.
I thought you said you went for the Lalafell.
I was joking. Of course, I didn't go for the Lalafell.
Why not?
Because it's a Lalafell. Okay, so on Thursday we got Zhloe.
Yes.
Another good addition to the game.
Very good.
Not as expected. I was expecting a more. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. But it was like it has like
disappointment, probably.
I didn't want to say that word, but yeah.
It's Chloe, but good.
It's Chloe, but
good.
good.
I said it.
Yeah, I'll stand behind that statement.
I think it was going to be more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah. But the storyline is very good.
It's very heartwarming, isn't it? It's sweet.
Yeah,
and seeing the Idleshire storyline come together, that little orphan girl and another Aliopo.
And really feeling like you're doing something was good.
Yeah.
And very unexpected. How much work was put into this. So I feel like maybe that's where the Proto Ultima workforce went. Like they just made her. And I feel like
the Proto Ultima and the diagram.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
So it does open. Like I feel like the system that they have in place there is very easily I feel like once we've reached max rep with her, it's very easy to introduce another character. Remember they once said that it would be multiple NPCs, right? Or something like that.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like every patch, several, right? But Orange thinks 1 per patch.
Yeah, I would want more of them.
Yeah, but
why don't you add like 3 or 4 every patch? I know it's a lot of them, but you will.
Because it keeps us going.
happy.
Yeah.
But why don't you make that feature for existing NPC characters like the Scions? Like delivering Ataru materials for his her crafting works.
Yeah, because she became a seamstress, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's true. So
that would be really cool. People will love it.
I actually So I really love this, and I feel like it's it's you can expand on this quite a bit. It's a really good core system.
So yeah, very good. I'm
very
happy
good.
about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Although
I hope that it keeps increasing because right now there is no giant. So
no,
I was a bit worried when I don't usually craft, but I didn't read the required collectability. Is that how it's called?
Yeah.
It was asking. She was asking for 500, right?
Yeah.
And I got like 4,000, and I thought maybe this is not enough. And well,
maybe they missed a zero out.
Yeah, maybe. But the difficulty of the recipes goes up as you your.
So yeah, we'll have to
1
see.
star, isn't it?
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
But I mean, the thing is that every time you handed something in, she gave you sort of a little bit of like a lore, little bit about what you've handed in. But they changed after 3, so I handed in 3 of the coins for the first one, so I got 3 of the the coin storyline, and then I couldn't go back and do those other 2.
Oh,
so I don't know
the same thing with crafting.
You can miss out. You have to do 1 of each if you want everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But maybe it rotates around. I don't know.
But that was what really caught me off guard. Like you deliver an item and you expect just move on. But there was like a story being told for those items you delivered as well. Really a lot of work put into this, and it also importantly breathed new life into crafting or the script system, because we all know that's
I never got into that, but this time
I hate collectibles.
Yeah,
it's really
it allows for us casual crafters to actually get some scripts.
So yeah, I'm really happy about Chloe. It's like a weekly quest. I love dailies, but this one is like a weekly, so I'm very happy.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna change gear a little bit. We're gonna talk about the Game Watch Famitsu and Dengeki interview. That's been the 3 different interviews that's been done with Yoshi-P. So we have a lot of stuff from about 4.0 that he's been talking about. So we're gonna go through that, and then we're going to discuss that. So this is just the summary from I believe it's from Reddit. So we're just going to go through it now. So from story perspective, this is what he has to say. They cannot say if there's someone behind the Garlean Empire that is an even stronger presence than the Ascians yet, but it's definitely true there aren't many nations that can stand against the Empire's invasion when they use all their forces. Right. So
it will be the Ascians.
Yeah. I feel like the Ascians is just like the Ascians. Still, we've talked about this in like every single podcast, I believe. We always talk a little bit about the Ascians, but they have no I don't understand their storyline. Like they're just there, like plot device. Yeah.
But again, they said that the Ascians will have a high presence on Stormblood.
Yeah, but they did have a pretty big presence in A Realm Reborn too.
Yeah,
and a little, I guess Heavensward as well. Yeah, they were on the moon.
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Okay, so they did have moving on. They did have the real life Japanese taste in mind when they designed the Far Eastern areas, but it's more about the whole of Asia rather than just Japan. So
that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Amigo is kind of Middle Eastern, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
and Southeast Asian a little bit as well, like Himalayan.
Yeah, true.
So
it's not just going to be Japan, weeb city.
Bad news for weebs, good news for us.
Bad news, weebs. It's 4.0.
It's not your day.
It's not your day. It's not your expansion. Sorry. 4.0 will also have an area like Idleshire, but will have a different something to it. This is like the typical Yoshi-P answer. Like 4.0 will also have an area like, I'm just going to repeat it, like Idleshire, but it will have a different something to it.
Different theme.
It will be
different
double instanced.
It's going to be in. It's going
to every patch will have a new instance area.
Yeah. Isle of Val, that is thought to be vanished, will have some sort of focus during the 4.x series. So
What is about that?
What again, for those viewers that don't understand, what is the Isle of Val? Where is it?
It was that little island off the north coast near where New Charlian is.
All right.
That disappeared. Do you remember when Moonbreeder and Kryl came and they were like, "Oh, the Isle of Val, it's disappeared." And
oh yeah.
It made no sense to the story because we didn't know what it was. But
true.
It's interesting. They're going back to that. They're revisiting something they said earlier. They do that a lot.
They do.
They're really good on the lore. They're very solid on it.
Yeah. Sadly, though, for those of you that were hoping for this, the focus on the Charlian mainland's old Charlian, possibly, won't be coming for a while. So we're not going there.
And direct expansion.
Patch 4.1.
5.6.
Charlian's really interesting, though. It doesn't get much focus at all, does it? I mean, we're all like, hey, we're going to Dome, we're going to Garlemald even.
Yeah.
But Charlian's interesting.
Students of Baldessian, wasn't it? That was on the Isle of Val. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay. Although the new story will introduce even more characters. Yeah, again, about the Charlian thing. It's weird that they don't focus more on it, because that's where, I mean, Alice and the other twin,
Alfino.
Oh my god, I forgot his name. What the fuck? And Louis Wa, they all, that's like their nation. It's weird that we haven't that they don't focus more on it.
But it can't be a whole expansion because it's so small.
Yeah, that too. So it's like in an awkward position too, because it's
just out of the way.
Yeah, it's weird. We'll
Maybe
see.
that's a no forever. That won't be added ever.
Maybe it'll be added when we get sailing.
They will add it eventually. I mean, they're if.
What if they don't?
What if they don't
have to add every isle in the game?
I feel like if they added an island to the map, I mean, if this game is ever this game is probably going to get a lot of expansions. So they've sort of future-proofed themselves by adding lots of tiny islands that they can add in future expansions. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get there sooner or later.
Maybe when they add ships, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. When they add ships.
It's thought to be vanished.
Yeah, it's thought to be vanished too. Okay.
So does that mean it isn't?
It probably isn't. I mean, seeing as it's gonna be the focus again.
It could just be sort of it could be sunken. It could be part of the underwater swimming. Could have sunk.
There you go.
Then it wouldn't be a very good island, would it?
Don't get too hyped. That's not going to happen.
Atlantis.
Thank you, Orange.
Thank you for pulling us back down. Thank
Dream
you.
Crusher.
Yeah. Okay, although the new story will introduce even more characters than we've seen in the past, the Scions, such as Alfino and Alice, will continue to be present. Now, that means, Orange, Alfino is not dying.
Yeah, oh, fuck!
He's not dying at the end here.
That's what I did when I read this. For those who don't know, I want Alfino to die.
Yeah, he doesn't like Alfino.
Because I cannot stand him anymore somehow. I don't know. We had to go with him through the Heaven's Roar storyline, and I think I got bored of him.
You think you got bored of him?
He is quite boring.
Yeah, he is.
You too. You said that too.
He's a little bit
Alice
annoying.
is cool though.
Yeah, he's annoying. Why don't we get Alice instead?
Alice is cool. She was in Coil, bitches.
More down to earth.
Yeah. Let's not go into the Alfino discussion. There are no nationwide institutions like the Grand Companies in Kugane.
Oh.
So that we will not get a new Grand Company.
Maybe because it's being attacked by the Empire.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Maybe. I don't know why.
Maybe they just have smaller ones. If it's not nationwide, they might have just little ones.
I feel like the reason they did this is because of like frontline problems, like adding another. I mean, you can do freelance, but then it would have to add like another.
Four-way PvP.
Yeah. Oh lord, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? So that's probably like the real reason why they don't have that. They are making final adjustments so the teleporting fees won't cost over 999 gil, which for some reason felt like it had to tell us.
What do they mean by final adjustments?
I guess
it's based on distance, isn't it?
It is. The further away you are from a location, the higher the price.
Yeah, but I mean,
well, what you're traveling from the left.
Do they mean that there won't be any new teleporting area in the future?
Oh no!
They're meaning so when you go from Aldenard to Othard, you're not paying like 10,000 gil.
Okay. So then you talked a little bit about the jobs. They will add glamour pieces with Japanese style, so players aren't bound to a certain class to wear them. So
yes,
more glamour. Nice. Yes. Red Mage's main stat will be intelligence and share gear with casters.
That was expected.
Yes.
Yeah, good news from Maela
Easy
there.
changeover.
Yeah.
Even though I was going to go Sam, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go Red Mage. Fine.
Not a big surprise.
Not a surprise at all.
No. Samurai's Sen system is different from the current jobs, but if they were to explain it with what we already have, it's rather close to the monk stances and totally different from the ninja's mudras. Which is interesting.
We'll have to try that out.
Because we initially got the impression that it was like the ninja.
Yeah, it was
mudras.
like ninja.
But it's more close to the stances for monk, which intrigues me.
Does that mean it's really fast-paced, or
I hope
is
so.
it maybe like monk but slower?
I don't know. I need to see some more in-game footage. I need to see like the UI. I can't wait to see the UI.
I can't wait to see the new battle UI.
They have plans for tank mounts for advanced players' tanks.
God.
More instant types, but it's not enough.
They want people to play tanks, and yet they don't add a new tank.
Exactly. What is the point?
Well, I mean, this is probably part of the to defend this. So this is probably part of the plan to keep tanks doing their job. And this
I'm very pissed about this.
It specifies. You're always pissed. This specifies. This specifies advanced players. Advanced. So it's.
But look,
nobody in this game is advanced.
Like the mod we have now.
Why am I running this podcast? Yeah.
The mod we have now for tanks. Do you know what they do? They fucking start farm parties instead of doing duties.
Yeah, they don't actually play the game properly.
That's true.
So what's the point in adding them if people are going to farm them?
Mm-hmm.
They just do 8-man farm runs of everything. 8-man farm and then 8 tank farm.
Yeah, where are our healer mounts? Healers only got one mount. That was at level 30. The fucking unicorn.
Yeah, the unicorn.
Where's the DPS mount?
You don't need mounts. You don't need mounts.
I want a black
You're fucking
mage
everywhere.
mount.
You can.
I want a void horse.
I need a healer.
So yeah, I'll have to see what this new mount is, but I don't have high hopes for it.
Yeah, well, that's your catchphrase, isn't it? The new benchmark will be where you'll see some of the limit breaks for the new jobs. Samurai has a Setugeka as a limit break. Note, Setugeka is a typical move in Japanese games, which is usually used by samurais who use Setsu, snow, Getsu, moon, Ka, flower, in a row to create the Setsugeka combination super move.
So that confirms that we will be able to see our character dressed in samurai, in a samurai costume.
Yeah,
like we could with the 3.0 Heavens benchmark. We had the chance to try the Dragoon one.
But that was because we got a new race, so we got to try the character creator.
Yeah, you're probably not going to have the character creation. I'm surprised they're doing a benchmark.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, well, they are.
Do you remember the 2.0 benchmark?
Yeah, that was just a static video. Like, you didn't have a character.
Come on!
I think someone might correct me in chat though, because it's been a fucking long time since I ran that benchmark. But the reason why they're releasing this benchmark is obviously because they are increasing the minimum requirements. So it would make sense to release a new benchmark. In one of the future letters from the producer lives, they will reveal the details on changes to secondary stats, such as parry, accuracy, block rates, and piety. Which everyone knew about the parry, the accuracy. I guess the block rates too, but piety, has that really been mentioned before? Because
maybe because it's not as powerful as mine.
Yeah, piety is not powerful at all.
It's only about the maximum amount of mana, right?
Yeah, and it's very it's not. It doesn't really increase much.
Maybe it will scale by percentage instead of
2.0 had a player creator thing. That would actually make sense because 2.0 was
okay. Good. So we'll get one. If not, I'm going to complain.
No, I don't think we're going to get a orange. You can't complain because it doesn't have a character creator.
I will complain.
It wouldn't make sense to implement a character creator unless the character creator is new.
I want to check if my character can be.
Sometimes.
I mean, if my PC can run the.
If your PC can run the character creator,
yeah,
He has very long hair, so I want to check that out.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Content. Okay, other news. Content such as the Bend of Time Omega and craftable gear with high item levels, note like the eye level 250 gear we have now, will be released a few weeks after the launch of 4.0.
How do you feel about that?
This is very normal, actually.
Yeah,
but a few weeks. Do you concentrate on your crafters then and get loads of money?
I mean, this is for the people that, because believe it or not, there are actually people that sort of main crafting.
I guess, yeah, and they're really, really rich.
For them, this is for them, I guess. So they can improve. So so that's it. There's not much to say about that. That's sort of to be expected. That's for all the crafters out there. So they have a heads up there. Level up fast. The Omega raid will also have 2 difficulties like we have now with normal and savage. And this one, little bit, I don't know. I feel they did say earlier that they were thinking about adding a 3rd difficulty. I guess we're not getting.
Keep reading.
Okay. They are planning for slight changes to the system for direct item drops.
Oh, that wasn't what I... Oh, okay.
No, that's what I just read. Sorry.
Okay, I think that was... there was another line of text in the original interview.
The drop
that said
thing?
that... No, that said that there will be a new difficulty, but it will be only for people who completed SoH.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I read that the other day, and they said that.
Okay.
But will SoH be easier than now, or?
Well, that's too soon to say. I hope it's going to be.
You're adding a new one, and
we also plan on implementing something for players who have finished the 4th tier of the raid in the odd-numbered patches. What we will implement exactly, we'll tell you at a later time.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Good spot, Orange Caramel.
Good job.
Well done.
Big boy.
Very big boy. Citation needed.
No citation needed. We know that's not true. They are okay, so that's cool then. So technically, maybe 3. We might be looking at 3 difficulties then for.
Because then everyone will stop whining.
2 basic difficulties, and then like a special rate for those who have completed.
Okay. That sounds nice. They are planning for.
We'll see.
Yeah, they are planning for slight changes to the system for direct item drops, and then he specifies concerning direct item drops in Savage. Yoshi-P mentions he doesn't like cases where no one in a party can need on loot. For example, when a casting piece drops with no caster in the party, the slight changes mentioned may be so that only pieces that at least one person can need on will drop.
That's sorely needed.
Is sorely needed, and
that's every single A9S one.
Yeah. So like there's always like a monk piece or a dragoon piece dropping when there's no monk or dragoon in the party. and that might come to an end now. So yeah,
one step towards personal loot, like in other MMOs.
That's not, yeah, true. Okay, so they plan to have content in odd patches for those who have cleared the 4th turn of... Oh, it says here. They plan to have content in odd patches for those who have cleared the 4th turn of the raid. I don't know. Is that what we just talked about? Because this was phrased very weirdly.
That's what we just talked about.
Okay. Large-scale PvP content will be released after patch 4.0, either 4.0 or later. Large-scale PvP.
Scale.
What do
front
they mean?
lines.
I love front lines.
Yeah, so it's probably just front lines, right? But it's weird that he
I
didn't...
hope it's like Shatter.
Yeah, so he doesn't call it frontline, which means it's going to be a new concept, most likely, that they're sort of leaving.
Open world PvP.
No, I don't think we're going to get that.
Yes, please, come on.
Open world
PvP.
But we have to remember that the PS3 is being dropped, so the large is suddenly a bit larger than it was in Heaven's
Sword. Yeah, because it's really easy getting
maybe
2 people
a PvP
already.
area, a big PvP area.
But okay, yeah. I think, I mean, remember where we're going, by the way. Like, we're going to, like, an occupied areas where there's, like, well, it's not a war, per se, but they are going away from the frontline grand companies fighting for no reason in the Cardinal Flats to maybe something that makes more sense, and we don't have the grand company restrictions anymore. Maybe? One can hope. Because he doesn't.
Who are you fighting against?
Oh my God, Siri is going off again. She said good morning.
Fourth member of the podcast, finally.
My God, yeah, there she finally called in. Siri, everyone. What did I say? Oh yeah, large scale PvP. Like, who would we like? I think we would just. I feel like they have to accept that PvP will never make sense lore wise. So. In this case, for PvP, we don't need any, like, I don't feel like we need any explanation. Like, we don't need I don't know. Frontline doesn't make any sense either way. Even if it has a little bit of lore behind it, it's to me, it still feels a little bit slapped on, to be honest. Let's see here. Huge updates to free company crafting is planned for the 4.x patches, which is good, I guess.
Yes.
I wonder what that means, though. Does that mean new recipes, or just like brand new...
new walls.
Free company costumes. No.
Boo Boo House, please.
But you have to... it says huge updates. So it's not we're making adjustments to the free company crafting. They're making huge updates.
Mounts?
Yeah, maybe mounts. Mounts would be cool to craft. Like, imagine like a free company mount.
A bus for the free company.
Free company bus.
A double decker.
And the leader can only ride it.
It could be like a caravan or something. That could work.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh, I always wanted those. The thing that you ride in the opening cutscene, the chocobo. Yeah. Oh, that would be. Give us that.
I thought you meant like Santa Claus with the reindeer.
A sleigh.
Sleigh. A free company sleigh. Yes, please give us that. Yeah, I really hope they make. It's not mentioned here, but I do hope they make some adjustments to free company in general.
I do as well.
I remember when we used the how's it called, the workstation, the
workshop,
company
workshop. When it came out in Heaven's Sword, we were building our ships, I think.
Yeah, our airships. Yeah. Yeah, that's usually what you use it for now. That, and of course we made the Paisa house. That was done through the company workshop.
And the Mog house.
And it's fun when you do it, when you do build with the company workshop, because it brings the free company together to build something for the free company. But the problem has always been that there's not much to do other than making, that first house.
What is the difference between doing that with only one person and with 4? There is no reason.
There's not much difference.
I want something that we can all contribute.
Yeah, but you can...
You really need 4 people, and not 3 FK people and 1 delivering all the materials.
It would be good if you didn't need to be in the party and you could all just put things on.
Yeah, I'm just noticing someone in chat said PvP, free company PvP. That would be cool. Free company versus
That
free
would be
company.
cool.
Yeah.
Free company.
It would be like Guild Wars. It would be like Guild Wars.
It could work.
Or server versus server PvP.
It won't work. PvP in this game is so fucking bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Remove PvP skills will be fine.
Yeah, remove everything about PvP.
I think I'm the only one in this podcast that is not that. I still enjoy PvP a little bit, so I would actually like a free company versus free company PvP. It would be pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Other things. Anything else?
Silence.
I don't understand what you mean.
I love PvP. You get to like attack static monsters. It's great.
Okay. It is confirmed. Okay, sorry. Shirogane has apartments as well, but the moving system being developed is focused on housing. That's yeah. Moving or existing apartments is something totally different and will come after housing.
Everyone will just abandon their current one and move there instantly.
Yeah.
No one will wait for moving.
We were so happy about that. Oh, we got the apartment on the first world in the mist.
Yeah, we did.
And now we are going to move.
We're going to Weeb Town, boys.
Have you used the apartment yet?
I did when I made the Fallen Rise series. I used that as my set to take photos of my character. That's it.
Mine
though.
is empty.
That's
I
literally
haven't done
it.
anything.
I have a green wall in there. That's all. And then Yoshi-P mentions Gilgamesh. So we will most likely get a Gilgamesh fight for 4.0.
Yes.
Which I like Gilgamesh, but I
Yeah.
feel like especially the first fight was a bit disappointing. The second fight was okay, I feel.
I think it was the worst trial we've ever had in this game.
The second one?
What about
the first one?
Proto Ultima?
Yeah, except
Proto Ultima is not a fucking trial.
No, it's not a trial. It's not even a trial. That's the sad thing. That's the sad thing.
It's beginning again.
Here we go again. Yeah, so we might get we are getting a Gilgamesh fight in 4.0. So for those that were eagerly awaiting the return of him, that's happening. I like the second fight again. I'm just gonna point that out. I really like the second Gilgamesh fight. It's a shame, really, that it's not. Whatever. Let's move on. I'm not going to talk about Gilgamesh. Something happened. Someone was it a data mining or was it? I think someone data mined the game and found some stuff that's been put in probably too early for patch 3.55b. That was in stuff related to Diadem was found in patch 3.55a, including the pictures of the weapons. Or the icons.
Ethereal.
Yeah, they are ethereal.
Pink ones.
What item level do you think they are? Like realistically?
255.
250? Is that realistic?
Realistically, yeah, I'm going for 255, but I want them to be 260. Maybe 265? No, that's
a bit too much. Remember that servant drops that weapon.
Yeah, it'll probably be
255. So that will be the same because Palace of the Dead is current content and it drops at 255 weapon. So they will want that to be the same. Just another way to get it.
Do you think it will drop gear as well or just weapons?
Probably gonna drop gear. I mean the old item drops gear. What?
It's going to be so bad.
It's going to be amazing.
Take a chill pill. It hasn't even come out yet. I don't think 255. That's like killing it before it's been released in a sense.
Well, yes, but
255. No one's gonna do it for 255 gear. I think it's gonna be way higher. Not way higher. It's gonna be either. I feel like 260, 270.
But remember that the diadem is a casual thing.
The old diadem was. But from what the old diadem was, I guess. Well, remember, diadem has difficulty levels. You had easy, normal, and hard.
But come on, you could find people in there and fight with them, and that will be easy as hell. I'm hoping
they're
not going to add anything beyond.
It's the last patch. They can add in whatever they want.
Yeah, because they added Proto Ultima in Dun Scaith and it drops 270 accessories. I mean, people are already being thrown.
Accessories. They are not not the chest space.
But then you do the raids once a week and you get 270 gear. Why would they add brand new content with eye level 255 gear?
Because they are done.
No. If okay,
we'll see.
Here's
I want to be wrecked by Square Enix, but for now,
if they add 255 gear to the diadem, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
remember
done.
these words. This is going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make. I'm saying that now, right now. If they add eye level 255 gear in the diadem, that's sad. If they do that, because most people, and I know that I'm speaking for a lot of people here, even the casual people, you probably don't need 255. You want the 270 gear, and all you have to do is do Void Arc once a week. And the two other ones. That's all you have to do.
Accessory.
No, you get an accessory and you get the upgrade item for the gear. So,
no more podcast.
No more podcast. This will be the end of the podcast if they add 255 gear. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's not over if they do that. But I will get. I might get really disappointed.
You will stop if the diadem drops the 255 eye level.
If it drops 255, Lukile has to become a Lalafell.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll do that.
Okay. I mean, if it's beyond 265, I'll turn into a Lalafell.
Okay, that's a deal.
But if it drops to like 270, they're gonna add a weekly lockout to it.
Most likely, yes.
And that will ruin it as well. It needs to be something you can go in every time. It's got
260 then. I think maybe 260. Because I mean 270 is still on, as you said, on lockouts on the other stuff. So maybe 260 for the hard version of Diadem. It will not drop in the normal version, obviously. If they even have difficulty levels anymore, we don't really know anything about the new Diadem. Okay, so let's just pray that we get 260 gear, I guess. I don't need the 260 gear, but it's nice to use for my ults, I guess. Or not my ults, but my other
now
classes.
That I think it's going to be 260 at least.
Okay, yeah.
Nah, 250.
Yeah, you're locked your answer at 255, so we'll see.
It's not Gillian, huh?
You've locked your answer. Okay. What else? Yeah. Okay. There were some pictures too. I'm not going to show them here because they might be spoilery. But there were like quest header photos, and they were all for the main story, I think. But let's not talk about those because there are obviously spoilers. I don't want anyone to get spoiled. There were also some photos which I think were supposed to be used in like tutorial images or something from the diadem, and they showed like a sack with like a bag with a rose on it. That seemed to be something you could interact with. So that's clearly a new something new that's being added to the diadem.
Isn't the rose one of the high house's symbols?
Yeah, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, so might be related to Ishgard or something. We know nothing about the diadem yet, but
I still remember when they said that they were going to add more places to go and to explore.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has like caves and stuff, indoor bits.
Oh yeah. Well, the old diadem had caves. They were shitty.
Oh yeah, they were fantastic.
Rest in peace, 1.0 diadem.
1.0 diadem.
Yeah, diadem 1.0. Diadem 1.0. Sorry, not 1. Diadem was not in 1.0. Don't spread that rumor. It should have been there though, of the same quality. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now we're supposed to go to the.
No.
Are we? No, we're not. Sorry. Final Fantasy XIV is going to PAX East. Also wanted to mention real quick that we're going to stream the diadem, the patch 3.55b, as soon as possible, so you can see our reaction to and see if we actually get 255 gear or not. Final Fantasy XIV is going to PAX East. That's on Saturday, March the 11th, 2017 at 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. PST, and 4 p.m. GMT. So PAX East 2 years ago, before Heavensward. What did they show then? I feel like they showed a lot during that. I might have just had my memory completely screwed up, but I feel like they revealed a lot of stuff during that particular event. Was that when we got the... What did we get on that one?
I think we only got an interview, but it was very complete.
Yeah, but he revealed a lot of stuff in that one. So I think there's a Q&A session being held there, basically. And so thankfully, it's on the day we have our podcast, so we're going to cover it, obviously, while it's fresh. Hopefully it's done by the time we start, which I think it is going to be.
Yeah, it starts at 4 p.m. our time, so we have like 5 hours to get all the information.
we need a Speakers Network Reacts to channel. Yeah, you should. That's our new adventure reaction channel. So I'm looking forward to that. That's Saturday, March 11th, 2017, 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. PST, 4 p.m. GMT. It's live streamed on Twitch on the Final Fantasy XIV official Twitch channel. So now we're going to talk about a bit of I guess is it a controversial thing? It's not a controversial thing. It's a community. It
just shows how bad manages the Mog Station.
This is already a little bit old news. But a player, you've probably heard this before. Probably every single podcast in the Final Fantasy XIV community has probably talked about this already. A player got banned for a chargeback on his card and got banned. His account got suspended, and he had to deal with the Square Enix customer support. So the TLDR, an automated credit card company process on Mog Station purchase, got his account banned. It's been a month and a half with no resolution, and Square Enix doesn't seem to care. I'm losing my house and could even be permabanned despite my enormous commitment to the game, community involvement, and squeaky clean record. Now, I do have to say that it did have a happy ending, but that was only after it hit Reddit. It sort of went viral on Reddit, and eventually Square Enix probably couldn't. They couldn't ignore it, I guess. But yeah, this has been a problem for a while. I've heard a lot of horror stories about Square Enix account system. Even all the way back in 11, this was a problem. Like, Square Enix has always had horrendous account management. If you've played Final Fantasy 11, you know what I mean. Has any of you guys been in touch with Square Enix report?
No.
Support.
No, but I know a friend that contacted the support and he got really not what he expected.
Right. So, because the problem here. I'll explain the problem. The reason why he got banned, or she. Basically, on the Mog Station today, if you want to buy multiple items, you have to buy them in succession. You have to click buy, and then you have to go back and you have to find the other item you want to buy and buy. There's no shopping cart. When you do this in quick succession, this will show up on your bank statement as like a duplicate. It might be a duplicate charge. So many credit card companies will then charge back because they think it's like a mistake. Square Enix does not like that. I've always heard this, and like from the moment I started playing Final Fantasy game, dude, if you get a chargeback on your card, your account is gone. Because they are ruthless when it comes to chargebacks, which is a bit, at least in this situation, this is because of, like, the credit card company did the right thing here. Like, they thought this was like a mistake, like they thought this was an error. And this could have been solved so much easier if they just had a shopping cart. Like, they have expanded the Mog Station, they have multiple items. Do they really expect us to go and like have to go back, click on
what
the
if
item?
You want to buy like 5 items of the same?
Exactly. So that's how they solved it, though. If you want to buy 5 dice, well, here you have a pack of 5 dice you can buy. So you have to buy the 5 pack. It's always been my biggest nightmare to get a chargeback on my card in Square Enix, because as this story shows, if it hadn't been for Reddit, this person would have lost his or her house, and he would have lost his account, would have been gone. Hopefully, I know I'm saying hopefully, but it's probably never going to happen, because this problem has been around forever. But it could have been solved so much easier with like a shopping cart or something like that. But this person had been talking to them for every day for, was it a month and a half? Which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it didn't go anywhere, because that's how I remember Square Enix support, and how I've heard all the horror stories from Square Enix report. Why do I keep saying report? Support! But okay, it did have a happy ending in this case. So thank you, Square Enix, for fixing that. Thank you, Reddit. You did it again.
Thank you, Krista, for being the game option.
Actually, well, you can laugh at Krista, but Krista is
That's
actually...
what's going on in chat at the moment.
Krista would avoid that.
Krista would avoid that situation.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You could just buy a lot of Krista and then...
Come on, who fucking... Why would you use that method?
Yeah, it's a very
Can you buy a specific amount of Krista so you'll not have like leftovers, or can you only buy it in certain amounts?
I haven't bought Krista in...
But why would you buy it, though?
Because
use
of
PayPal
that...
for it.
Oh, can you?
Whereas for everything else on Square Enix or Mogstation, you have to use your credit or debit
Final Fantasy XI, is that all?
Hello? What did you say?
Did you say what?
And just Final Fantasy 14 and 11. That's all. You can...
Yeah.
But
those
again,
are
you
the ones that you can
use
spend
PayPal for it.
Yeah, there's
so you don't
PayPal
have to input your
support.
details.
Mm-hmm. So,
which is really useful.
I mean, it's yeah, that's it. You can
the
buy
only thing that you can use PayPal for.
Why don't they have like a game,
why the fuck do they only have PayPal for Krista and not for
I don't
actual
know.
game time? It's so dumb.
1.0.
Well, yeah, let's just call it a 1.0
Probably.
leftover.
PS3.
Yeah. Now we have to do the great discussion, which I'm not looking forward to.
No.
Say something. I'm very surprised that the Square Enix support is really not really one of the best. Let's say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But why? They are really big compared to other ones that have much better support. In my opinion, the best company that I've ever contacted about support and stuff was Blizzard.
I knew it
because I had a lot of
I knew it as well.
with what? No, come on.
I totally agree though. I totally agree.
But I have a lot of problems with my account, but it was my mistakes.
Yeah.
And they had like 1-2 hours of like average replies. Like they were really fast, and they were like really human. Like they didn't feel like they were bots. They even talk to you like in-game theme. Like if you were contacting the World of Warcraft support, they talk to you like, "Hey, well, I'm talking to you from Ogrimmar." So it was very, and they were really efficient. And so why is Square Enix so bad compared to other ones?
I've spoken to Blizzard support as well, and yeah, they sort things out very quickly.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's like you feel like with Square Enix, like everything is a chore. It's like
they're trying to basically make you not get what you want.
Yeah, and it's weird because especially in this case, which really infuriated me, is that this person is like a committed player. Like she's been playing for a long time, and they had no they just treat like, yeah, okay, well, you seem to have fucked up there. That's how they feel. Like, yeah, oh shit. Well, the chargeback happened. It's in the terms of service, so.
But
I guess no leniency, or they can't really.
Support is caused by the high ranks on Square Enix. I think they just want the customer support to be bad.
They want the customer support.
No, really. I think that those people don't want to be horrible at their job. I think I don't know. It's a feeling I have. I think.
Yeah, maybe it's like
they
some
don't want
weird
people to contact them.
Yeah, because they want you to don't ever breach terms of service, because then you have to deal with customer support.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that might be what they're.
Remember that I have my sizing log backed, and I don't want to contact them because they will say, Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, bad.
then they're gonna suspend your account.
You've been exploiting this blood, Orange Caramel. You're gonna have a permaban.
Okay. So
no.
I don't think we can. We have
this
to.
Is the best thing ever, guys.
Thank you,
Maela Banana.
Thank you, Orange
First
Caramel.
contribution to the podcast.
We have to
from
do
Mexico.
this. The great discussion is coming up, so make sure you have voted today. The theme is erotic role-playing becoming too prevalent in Final Fantasy XIV?
Well, at least it's quite a bipolar issue. So far.
Okay, let's give this some backstory. Let's explain why this is the great discussion for today. Balmung. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. No hate on Balmung, but it's I don't even know how to start this discussion because it's such a weird discussion.
Why don't you tell them the story about our server?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about our server. If you're on Ragnarok, hello. There's a lot of I don't know. This discussion is so bad. I can't believe we're about to discuss this. Okay. There's okay. This was a bad idea. How do we start this discussion, Orange?
What we did
what is the reason we're discussing this?
What we started.
Yeah. Okay. So about a year ago, we didn't. There wasn't a lot. I mean, erotic roleplay exists. Erotic roleplay is a big deal in MMOs. It doesn't matter what MMO it is; it's always there. That's not a problem I'm having. But it seems that lately it has spread quite a bit, and I don't know if that's like a result of how the game is doing. Like, I don't know what's doing it, but I feel like recently erotic roleplay has started to pop up, and it's becoming more visible than ever. I'm reading some horror stories from Balmung. I love how the chat is like instantly full of Balmung quotes. So yeah, it's the. I don't even know how to talk about this.
Come on,
because I'm afraid. Okay, I'm afraid.
It's not a thing.
Quote Lukile Bravestone. I'm afraid.
Okay,
Maela, please.
Ragnarok server.
Mm-hmm.
How I met Lukile and Orange.
Oh God, no.
They
no.
In Limsa.
No, oh no. Okay. I have to say this.
They used to do guard roleplay. Okay, no, we're getting that out there. No, we're getting it out there. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It was for fun.
I'm passing.
Remember,
out.
it was just to make fun of roleplay.
Yes,
remember?
it was.
It was satire.
Mm-hmm,
it was satire. They loved it.
Mm-hmm.
They really loved it.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
So everyone, they did that.
Okay. Everyone, calm down. I need to explain this. Okay. It all started about a year ago. Orange and I were. No. I've muted you. No one can hear you, Orange. I have muted you. I'm turning you back on. I'm going to explain this now. Please be careful with the audio. Okay, your audio is back on, Orange. You don't have to mind. A year ago, Orange and I, we were in Limsa. And we were in love in Limsa. And there was a party, or there was like a bunch of people. I think they were obviously role playing, but they were talking about raping Lalafels.
What?
Yes, and I remember I said that these guys are idiots. So I said, okay, let's give them a taste of their own. What's the saying? Medicine. And so I said, let's dress up as Lominson soldiers or Maelstrom soldiers and arrest them just for lols. So we go ahead and do that, and for some reason, people thought that was really funny that we did that. So we got a lot of tells like yeah from like role playing people, and we were like,
we even got people who wanted to join.
Yeah, that came later, but we sort of pushed it a little bit aside, I think, and then a couple of days later, I said, okay, let's see, because that's when we realized that okay, people are actually role playing on this server. So I said, okay, let's try and do this in public. Let's stand, at the entrance to the market boards in Lims.
Yeah,
right by the Aetheryte. Yeah.
Aetheryte.
So we decided that we would just stand there, completely still, not say a word, just stand there. And lo and behold, it was like a fucking a fairy tale that unfolded around us. We didn't have to do anything. People were role playing around us, and it was like a bizarre, like it was really weird. And we didn't say anything to begin with.
How we met Maela.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's not even a joke. That is where we met Maela.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it seriously, so I thought it was when I was in a different FC.
Yeah.
We just thought, let's go and make fun of these guys, see what they're doing. Because we thought you were doing it seriously, and you were doing it as a joke.
He used to.
Yeah.
He used to cook boiled eggs.
Yeah.
And then I asked you to go on a date with a Lalafell I had called Umbrite.
Okay, this is okay. I didn't mean we would go into detail here. Okay, enough. Okay, now moving on. For some reason, or for that reason, we sort of got a little bit involved in the role-playing community, for better and for worse, because it turned out that that's when we also realized that there are people doing erotic roleplay, and that erotic roleplay is very much connected to the role-playing community, obviously. Things kind of went overboard, didn't it?
Quite a lot.
For friends we met by role-playing started to erotic roleplay.
Yeah.
It was sad to see once proud people.
And we always felt that it was our fault, because we sort of, this sounds like sounds very narcissistic here, but we sort of, it feels like we made a tiny little role-playing community in Lims. This sounds so dumb, but then we pulled out. I can't just say this while I'm talking about erotic roleplay. We disappeared, and then it seems like everything devolved from there, from the vacuum that was the safe and sturdy Luminescent guards. Erotic roleplay started to grow. It was probably always there, but we weren't aware of it until then. And I got a lot of tells from people that wanted to do things. Like they wanted to invite me to the house and stuff, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not go to your house?
I remember that I had a stalker. I play as a female character.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do.
And another female aura sent me a tale saying, "You are so cute. Do you want to go with me? Oh, can I sit on your knees?"
Can I sit on your knees?
Like I started to think that a lot of people were like that person that I met. But the worst thing that I've ever experienced is that thinking about people we met, that they were like very good persons, like good people. Like we wanted them in our free company, and then we realized that they were erotic role players.
Mm-hmm.
And our reaction was like, oh no, we have become a free erotic role playing free company.
And that's when I joined.
So a lot of things happened in our server.
A lot of things happen in our server, that's for sure.
Party finder.
I've never worried about erotic role plays in any MMO that I've played before, but this one, I think erotic role playing is very popular in this one because the characters are very well made. I mean, they're really lovely, and the emotes are very well designed. And there is housing. There is so let's say that there is everything erotic role player would want in a game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but I guess the discussion here is it becoming too prevalent? Is it being pushed too much? Is it too visible in Final Fantasy
It's
XIV?
becoming too accepted.
Yeah, I think that's the gist of this.
I think it should be...
The gist. Sorry, what?
Shunned.
It should be shunned.
I'm against it.
Yeah.
I think it's going a little bit too far. It's a little bit sad.
Totally agree.
And it should, people who do it should be, shunned into a corner and forced to stay there.
There's I just want to specify this. I don't people that want to do erotic roleplay, please go ahead, enjoy it. It's you're paying for the game, do what you want, but don't do it in public, and especially don't ask people.
Is it really against the terms of service?
I think it is.
It would go under sexual harassment or something like that, right?
I felt bad when I got stalked by that person. Really,
yeah, you got stalked.
I wanted to play the game,
dude. You were stalked by like two
role
people.
Playing is fine. I've never been a fan of it. I've never been interested in it. But okay, role playing might be fun.
Yeah, we have fun when we
can be fun.
Role playing.
Role playing is actually quite fun. When we did I'm not gonna lie, it was quite fun. Although it's not
we were
quite
more
my
like
cup of tea.
we were like actors.
Yeah, we were more like actors. That's it.
Yeah, we wanted to isn't that role playing taking the role of a
that is role
fictional character? Yeah. And so what we did role playing, and it was it lasted. But now erotic role playing is.
I don't think I could go back to it now. I think it would feel weird to do it.
Yeah, I think maybe
it will be awkward actually.
In before when we log in after this, we're gonna get so many erotic roleplay tells right
now. Hope so.
We have fucking screwed up, guys.
We could do a social experiment.
Please
Why don't
hit me up,
find erotic role players.
Don't send me erotic roleplay tells, please. Please
do send me some.
Please send all of your erotic roleplay tells to Maela. He's so lonely on Ragnarok. Okay. This is I think it's time to look at the results for the vote. So let's switch real quick. I think. Let's see here.
It's interestingly quite evenly split.
Wow, that's surprising.
I'm happy with that.
People do seem to say no, that it's not too prevalent, but it's very close.
Only one vote.
One vote separating them there. So I think we can say that it's getting close to being too prevalent, but for now we're safe.
We'll have to ask that question again, like 1 year later.
Yeah,
maybe yes.
Or here's another suggestion. Let's never talk about this again.
Thanks, Orange Caramel.
No, that was your submission.
It was not.
It was.
Yeah, I think that sort of wraps up for today, more or less. Unless there's anything else. No. Just want to let everyone know that we actually reached our $100 goal on Patreon. Which means that this is good news, everyone, because that means that there's a 12 hours. No, we were not expecting that. That means that we have a 12-hour stream coming up next Saturday. When did we decide?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
I think.
6 p.m. That's 5 p.m. GMT.
We'll announce the time.
Yes. We will adjust the time, maybe. So you look out on Twitter and all that stuff. And that stream is going to contain Orange Caramel playing Palace of the Dead, floor 50 to 200. Please look forward to it. It's going to be a great stream. So I'm actually quite hyped for that stream, to be honest.
I'm not, because it starts at 6 p.m.
That's true. That's true, and that means we can't go to bed.
Bear in mind, next week is that PAX East thing.
That is true. So we get to cover that. So there's going to be, of course, it's a Saturday, so we're going to have the regular podcast episode first, or we haven't figured out the details yet, but there's still going to be a podcast episode, so don't worry about that. And then we're going to talk about the PAX East stuff and all that. Thank you guys for watching. Before we sign off for tonight, we have our usual food for thought from the official Final Fantasy XIV forums. on the subject of a new proposed class, Necromancer.
Should be exciting.
Yeah, let's read this quote. My ideas for the Necromancer are a mix of guitar playing and summoning the dead. It is accomplished with a Zelda-like system of melodies and melodic freedom, also a Reaper mode. Black Mage combat modes with scythes and dark magic. Obscure ancient blackened arts can be conjured with electric guitar, Necromancer. For some reason. I want a system that uses guitar tabs or runes to summon the undead or cast songs and magics with my guitar. That does look really nice. I was thinking that the necromancy could be something attainable for Black Mage today by giving them a combat mode scythe and a range of shadow and dark magic. Until next week, speakers. Good night. Thank you for watching this episode of Speakers of Hydaelyn. Please remember to like this video if you did and subscribe if you want more of this. We're on Twitter at twitter.com/speakersxiv and Facebook at facebook.com/speakersxiv. Consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/speakersxiv, and if you want to watch our shows live, the episodes run every Saturday at 8 p.m. GMT and 4 p.m. PST. Thanks.